It's June and it's pretty cold in winter. As you can see, I have my beanie on. So I've been working and traveling for the last couple of months in Japan, and well, now I'm finally back home in Sydney, Australia, and I thought it's time to reset and regain my regular routine. While being in Japan, it was a lot of fun, and not having to worry about coming back to a part-time job was an awesome feeling. But now that I'm actually home, this is my first full week of being a full-time freelance creative here in Sydney. Now that I'm working for myself, I think discipline is something that I really need to focus on creating, and I think discipline comes hand in hand with having a routine. So this week, I wanted to bring you along of my first week back in Sydney, Australia as a full-time freelance creative. Okay. Implement into my routine is starting my days a little bit earlier. And it's a bit hard, honestly, but I'm trying to wake up a little bit earlier than usual. Now, I've set my alarm for 6:30 a.m. A lot of people wake up earlier than that, but it's a little bit hard because, well, in Sydney, it's winter right now and it's bloody cold. 1 week ago, I was in Japan and it was summer, it was 25 degrees, but now I'm in Sydney and it's winter and it's just cold. And the days are short. I think the sun rises at 6:30 and then it sets at 5:30 p.m. So the days are just really short, and getting up early is a little bit tough. But doing so gives me a couple of hours extra in which I can do little things to sort of just start the day off on the right step. Starting my days earlier is definitely one of those things that I really want to push for the upcoming week and try to implement that into my routine. So I guess we'll just see how that goes. So this morning I was successful at waking up. I went to the gym after that and then came back home to start my day of working. And yeah, it feels pretty good so far, but I'll keep you updated and we'll see if we can continue this streak. Yeah. p.m. now, and I spent about 6 hours roughly just editing and working on another project of mine. It's actually one of my last vlogs from Japan, and I'm having a really fun time editing this one because it's bringing back so many good memories of this very rainy day in Tokyo where I went to museums, I went to cafes and had some good food, basically. So I've been editing for quite a while, and I get a lot of questions on YouTube regarding how I edit and some other things, but I wanted to give a couple of productivity tips to you guys because we can always increase our productivity, right? These aren't guaranteed ways to increase your productivity. This is just what works for me, so I thought I would share them with you. First thing, I use a to-do list. This one's from Muji. Gaku, my friend, put this onto me. These are like $1.50 from Muji, and they're just like tick boxes. And essentially, I don't know if you can see, but I just write down things I want to do for the day. I try to keep things realistic because if you put on too many unrealistic things, you feel a bit sad when you don't check everything off. Yeah, but I just put down a couple of simple things throughout the day. Just like if I'm making a YouTube video, I'll write that, and then underneath it, I'll just write a couple of different things that I need to do for it, such as creating the edit, color grading, doing the sound, etc. Now, the second thing I like to do, especially in the morning, is warm up tasks. Now, for me, editing is work, but I like to treat it like a sport. And with any sport, warm-ups are very good. Now, to get into the right rhythm and the right flow of editing and not getting too distracted, I like to, task myself with very simple things at the start of the day, such as clearing my memory cards, recharging camera batteries. Recently, something simple I do is creating a little reel every morning, so you can complete a couple of small tasks, and with that, my mindset at least feels a little bit more productive. It's like, oh, I've done something already. It's like making your bed when you wake up. It sets the day right. Now, more technically, I'm going to show you the screen. For any editors out there, this might look pretty familiar, but it's essentially just my timeline for the video. What I like to do is just color code things to make it more simple for me. So for example, this orange stuff is all talking bits where I'm talking to the camera. This green section is just ambient noise from tracks. These purple bits are music tracks, and everything underneath it is sound effects. My goal is to make editing as simple as possible without any complications, so easy things like color coding clips, to me is a game changer. What's up, people? Let's light a little candle. Oh. Recently I've been really messing with candles. I feel like it's creating a nice ambience for the room. This one is Shoal by Studio Milligram. You know, I've spent the last couple of days working, filming at the Bunshinen studio. As one of my client jobs, it does take priority for me throughout the week to sort of create a video early on in the week so that then we can revise it, we can talk back and forth and get a video up by the end of the week. And some weeks I'm a bit busy to go into the studio and film a lot, so I like to have a backlog of videos that I can then edit just by myself at home here. Now I have a couple of cheeky little parcels that I want to unbox. Boom! It's just a phone screen replacement because mine's cracked. Underrated purchase though, I feel like that's always a nice one. Makes your phone feel like brand new. Now I got two little contraptions for one of my favorite little cameras recently, and in my last video I made a dedicated video about it, but that is the Sony CyberShot. Now these are very small digicams that I've recently got my hand on in my last trip in Japan, and I've fallen in love with not only the video quality that you get out of it, but the sheer portability and, well, the look of it. Look at this. I love the compact size of this, the way that you turn it on. It's really old school vibes. These have nice sensors to it, and I wanted to talk about this for a little while, but maybe I'll make a dedicated video on it, just chatting about it in the near future. Anyway, I got a couple of things for it. First thing is a USB micro to lightning cable. Now these have SD micro cards in them, so now I can shoot little videos with this and just plug it straight into my phone and get the footage that way without having to bother converting it or doing anything with my computer. This will be very, very nice. Actually, it's got an SD card slot as well, so this might be a little handy one to carry around in the camera bag. This one, pretty boring, but they're just adapters for the battery charger for these cameras, so I can actually use them. Now I'm kind of excited for this package here. So as you may have noticed, I really like fragrances and smells and candles and incense and stuff, so I picked up a new little incense bottle. This is called Study of Trees. Now I've had the candle version of this before and it smelled really nice, so I decided this time, let me try get the incense. Nice little glass bottle. That does smell nice. I might light one up later and let you know what I think about it. This is by Studio Milligram as well, another affordable choice for incense. Now from the same shop, I got something really cool and I'm super excited for. I've seen this book before, but I decided I had to get it for myself once I flicked through it, and that is this. If you like Studio Ghibli, you would love this book. Now this book is awesome. It has a lot of information about some of the films, and it has original illustrations of the drafts for certain scenes and characters, and talking about how the characters' design is and stuff. Now I guess this is considered storyboarding and world designing, especially for these movies that are just like huge concept works, and there's so many details about these worlds that Miyazaki builds. It really immerses you in it, and I mean, I really, honestly, I just really like it. So for example, these are the characters from Totoro, Mei and Satsuki-chan, and these are just like some of the designs, original designs and drawings for them. I think it's so awesome to see these. Now besides the character design and stuff, they've got full images of just their paintings as well, scene by scene. So beautiful, and just to look at it like this is a little bit different from watching the movie actually. You get to really just observe and take in everything in the whole scene, and you can really tell that these creators have taken a lot of time and effort into making each and every one of these movies. I'm very happy with this purchase, very awesome, added to the book collection for sure. I think having books and prints is a very necessary part of being an artist. The way that you can absorb information differently from having a physical print in your hands compared to looking at something online. It's a little bit different. So while I was in Korea and Japan, I picked up a lot of magazines and books. I wanted to cover it eventually, but I have a lot of inspiration in these that I haven't really looked through yet, so I'd love to share it with you guys. But first I have a little meeting and I have to do a bit of work, so I'll catch you in a bit. Yo. Yeah.
Being a vlogger is like the best thing that ever happened to me.
Wait, what? How's your soul trip? So what I wanted to introduce just before was the books that I bought on my Japan trip. And yeah, let me just show you a couple of them. Firstly, not sure how to pronounce it, but High Snobiety, issue 12 plus, Kento Yamazaki. So I saw this book and I opened it up, and what I liked about it was the editorial aspect and placement and playfulness of the photos. I want to shoot stuff like this in the future. These are editorial images for products, fashion, and people. And I think that, well, this kind of work is something that I want to do. Simple images, portraits, fashion photography, product photography, documentary photography. All of this stuff is really cool when it is in print form, and it's something that I want to do in the future. So finding inspiration on how people lay out images particularly kind of changes the way that I think about shooting the images. For example, recently I've seen this quite a lot, and it's basically just like a horizontal image flipped vertically. Now this seems pretty simple, but I think it is something that is trending a little bit right now. I see this a lot in the magazines that I find. This is just one example. Showcased this in a previous vlog. This is a Silver magazine. Got this in Tokyo as well. Got a nice collection of images. And yeah, you can really pick up on things like model placement and how to like style certain garments and stuff. Picked this one up in Korea. I don't know what magazine this is actually, but this one's cool because every single page is very thin, so it's just packed with images. There is definitely a lot of inspiration in this book. I'm gonna have to look through it slowly and just pick up on little things that I like. And you know, that's what it is. As an artist, you can observe and see what you like and take from that and make it your own. As a freelancer now, I think I want to spend more time looking at images in physical print, specifically for like a learning and refreshing my mind with different mediums and inspiration, I guess. So I'm going to try to implement that into my routine a little bit more as well. How awesome is this, by the way? It's a human-made cup. I got it in Tokyo. The future is in the past. What does that mean? So I think physical exercise is something that's pretty important for everybody, and especially as like a freelancer, like I've got time, so now I have no excuses. I have to make time to get physical exercise in because I think personally that if you exercise, it does something to your brain. It's like, I don't know, chemical or something. If you sweat a bit and you work out, whether that be walking, running, at the gym lifting weights, or swimming, or whatever it is, moving your body I think helps your brain like function a little bit better. So if you're in this creative sort of job and you're feeling a little bit in a space where you can't work so efficiently, go for a walk. I think that clears your mind, and then you might come back with new fresh ideas. Personally, I've been going to the gym lifting weights for quite a few years now, just sort of building my body out, but I haven't been that consistent in the last couple of years. So coming back now and starting my new routine as follows this video, I think that I want to be a bit more consistent with that. Now for me, that probably means 3 times a week, 3 to 4 realistically. I'm not going to try to go every single day and set an unrealistic goal because I'm not going to be able to do that. So I think just small steps, a few times a week, and I'm trying to put that in at the very start of the day. So I wake up, just go straight to the gym, no thinking, just go straight there, have my workout, and then after I'm done with that, I can start my day. And I think this week, it's been going pretty well. It's so cold these mornings though, so I have to wear sweatpants and stuff. Got this new t-shirt. Excuse the hair. I need a haircut, oh my god. I got this Montbell tee. I really like this. It's like super breathable and it's got nice shape, different panels. It's not like a regular long sleeve t-shirt, so this has been pretty fun to work out with. I got new shoes too. I got these Salomons in Japan actually. These are the, what is it, ACS? XT6 Expanse. I think it's a seasonal thing, so there's different colors for each season. This one's purple, which I thought was pretty cool. It's got this ripstop material at the back and this breathable material mesh at the front. I'm just using this as my daily training sneaker. It's been fun to walk around with and yeah, very comfortable. If you need more motivation to go work out, I recommend buy some like nice clothes or shoes for it. It's pretty materialistic, but I think it does work. If you feel nice, dress nice while you're doing that kind of stuff, definitely helps and motivates you to go out. So try that. So I'm spending this morning just editing, answering emails, and doing a couple of little tasks before starting the day properly. But it's already 12 o'clock lunchtime, so I'm a bit slow this morning, but you know, it's how it is. Not every day is super productive. I'm gonna get right back into it.